Hey everyone, my name is Matthew Garcia and I'm from Logia, and we've got a special guest today. We've got Tony, who's an expert NLP trainer, and we're actually going to find out what NLP is all about and what it can actually do to help yourself and your business. So if you want to introduce yourself, Tony, and about what you can actually help people with and who your business is and everything else like that, that'd be great, because like myself, NLP, it probably stands for something really large and don't know the finer details of it, and I'm sure our audience don't know either. So it's a great introduction to who you are and what do you do.
Yeah, great, thanks Matt. My business is as a NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, as a coach and a trainer. And how I got into this was that a couple of years ago, I just was at that place where my life wasn't how I wanted it to be, and I was starting a business and I just found it really difficult, and it was that thing I think you would know as well, that, starting that entrepreneurial journey, it's really challenging. It brings so much of your own stuff to the surface. That's really what you're dealing with. It's apart from the actual business aspect, it's like, who are you as a person, and it really brings your own stuff up to the surface. And so that's where I was at, and that's probably around the stage that I've met my first coach who introduced me to NLP, and that's when I really got to understand how your unconscious mind works and everything that goes on there, and the effect that it has on not just your business but your whole life. Mm-hmm. And of course, when we're looking at being an entrepreneur or business owner, it's not just your business, it's your whole life. And so having that really balanced out and having some control over how you're able to use your mind is just really, really key. So neuro-linguistic program, like I said, it's the neuro, so it's your nervous system and what happens in your mind, and then linguistic being the communication that you use, both in words and non-verbal communication as well, and programming being the strategies and the processes that you do and you use every day that gets you the results that you want. So in NLP, we know that it's a study of excellence. Mm-hmm. So we know that if we can find someone who's achieving the results that we want to achieve, basically by studying them and modelling that and replicating it, we can get the same results. So NLP is really fantastic for, I think, any business owner or entrepreneur to understand, to really get the understanding of how your mind works, how you communicate both with yourself and your clients or your staff, or anyone really that you care about, that you're involved with, and to be able to have control over the results that you get.
Yep. So you say about business owners, what about individuals out there who might be looking at starting a business, or even at the basis of understanding? So NLP would be beneficial for really anyone as well as business owners, or is there a certain age that you need to be to understanding it? Do you need to be an adult, or can you be even a child? Because I'm sure some of our business owners would have children that might not be able to communicate effectively. Is NLP something that might be able to help them?
Yeah, look, great question. And definitely this work has, people use NLP through all kinds of things. So not just coaching, but in education and in health and everything as well. And when I was doing my training, there was a girl there that was 16 and was still going through high school, and she was doing the course with her parents and went through to be a trainer as well, because not because she's going to be a coach necessarily, but they're just such great skills to have. And it really, for me, I know, and I know the same for the people that I've trained with and my clients, is that it's not just had a beneficial impact on my business and how I communicate with people, but I'm a better parent, I'm in a healthy relationship, I have I live a healthier lifestyle altogether.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so when it comes down to learning about NLP itself, or when you meet up with your potential customers, or in general, what sort of tips would you give a business owner to use NLP training, or some of the best sort of understanding of it?
Yeah, so do you mean like how do you use these techniques?
Yes, within your daily business, or even in your daily life, as you said, with a healthy relationship, which many people strive for in the day-to-day, both personally and in their business world. Because I'm sure that we'll have plenty of people that don't own a business but might work within a business and could use some of these techniques for their daily living. So what would maybe your top 3 or tips just to get the audience's blood flowing sort of thing in NLP?
Yeah, for sure. I think, the basis of all NLP is really being able to gain rapport with other people. And so being in rapport is actually like a physiology sort of thing. So being able to match and mirror people. So, you know, it comes down to the basic concept that people who are like each other. So being able to do things like recognising certain words and phrases that the person that you're using and repeating them back to them, being able to match their physiology or even their breathing, the way that they talk. You know, if you're talking with someone who talks quite slowly, you want to slow your own
bring it down a notch.
Language down as well, because that creates that match. And also, you know, matching likened experiences. So, you know, generally when we meet people, we'll ask questions such as, you know, what school did you come from? Like, where do you live? What football team do you back for? And the more
very much Adelaide questions versus our interstate questions.
But the more things that you match, the more it kind of, you know, fires off that, oh, you know, this is a good match for me. I like this person. And so then when we're in rapport with people, it means that they're going to uncritically accept what we're suggesting to them, you know, and we're doing it in a win-win situation. So you're paying enough attention to that person to understand what their needs are, and you're able to then match that. Yeah.
So how would you deal with a difficult person then using NLP? I would imagine we do a lot with difficult customers sometimes, stakeholders, even bosses as well. How would NLP help these sort of people out so they can have a better technique, I guess, in doing what they do?
Yeah, so, you know, the most important thing that we know in NLP is that everyone has a different model of the world, and it's never personal, you know, so how someone else is acting is never personal against you, and being able to separate yourself and not reacting, so responding to people rather than reacting, is really, really powerful. And, you know, again, when you're able to gain rapport with someone, you're going to really diffuse and I guess you're going to have less of those kind of examples, but just understanding, being able to put yourself into their perspective, you know, and understanding their perception of the world. It just makes it so much easier to deal with people. Okay,
no, that's great. If people did want to find you, well, what sort of services that you do offer? Because obviously it's not all about them, it can also be about yourself. So what sort of services do you offer, Tony, and how do people actually find you?
Yeah, absolutely. So I work with people one-on-one. So I do a lot of breakthrough coaching, which really helps.
Of any ages?
Look, generally, I generally find that the people I work with are sort of the 35 to 50 age group. So business owners, middle managers, those kinds of people that are really looking to get to that next point in their career or their business, and they just need some help. Because we know it's what's going on in your unconscious and your values and your beliefs and everything else that really drives what it is you actually achieve, rather than just the goals that you set.
So do you help people set these goals as well and understand what these goals need to be achieved? So not like from a business coach point of view, but more from a language and understanding point of view? Yeah, so I really work with people for them to understand the language that they're using, because even the language that you use daily when you're talking about what it is that you want to achieve, the specific words you use have an impact on your unconscious mind. So when I'm working with people one-on-one as well as coaching, I'm an educator, so I'm always sort of teaching people along the same way. And then in that I also do group work. So I do group coaching. I also certify people as practitioners of neuro-linguistic programming. So how would someone find you then if they did want to get in contact with you or even join one of these upcoming groups? I'm sure that you've got some coming up. Yeah, absolutely. So I have my website is tonyeverard.com, where it has my contact details on there, and I'm also I do a lot of social media work. So I have my social media Facebook page, which is Tony Everard Coaching, and LinkedIn as well. I'm on there. I also work with a wonderful naturopath, Karina Pike. So we're in the clinic that I work from, where I see people one-to-one, which is So Well You Wellness. So which is located at Hackney on 9 Hackney Road, Hackney? Number 9 Hackney Road, we're at Hackney, absolutely. So just opposite the wine centre, so it's easy to find. So after your difficult NLP training, you go across the road for a relaxing wine and trying to calm down a little bit, do you, Tony? Well, actually, no, I don't drink anymore. No. I've actually been alcohol-free since the start of this year, and I kind of like it. It's one of those things. I think when you've got control over your own state and your mind, well, that's what all NLP is all about. It's understanding that control, I would imagine, and being able to reprogram yourself to better not understand who you're dealing with on a daily basis, but making sure you're a better person overall.
Yeah, it is. It is really about supporting your own internal health and being able to create those, whatever it is that the feeling that you want to have within yourself. So if I want to relax, I know how to make myself relax.
Yep.
If I want to be motivated, I know how to motivate myself.
Yeah, and following your passion, I guess, is key, because obviously in your voice and your tone, we can hear that you're very passionate in what you do, which is very exciting, especially for the audience. And hopefully they got some great tips out of that. I will link up where Tony works from and how to get in contact with yourself as well. And also, if you are in Adelaide and you're free on Wednesday mornings, you do morning walks at Mawson Lakes, which is very good because it's actually a very nice location, and I'm sure you go for coffee afterwards and chit chat along. So I'd like to thank Tony for her time today, and hopefully you got some value out of it. If you do have any questions, feel free to email myself or Tony, and I'm sure we'd love to get back to you. But thank you again for your time.
Thanks, Matt.
No worries.
Pleasure.
Cheers.
Thanks.